What's going on, people? Mizzy GC here, and today I'm going to have a discussion about a few different things. First things first, I'm going to put a shiny haul of all the shinies that I got in the Go Fest in case you missed some of them, and I'm yet to go over some of the day 3 stuff. I'm going to be talking about gold bottle caps and my views on them and some opinions. I'm sure you know the information's out there, but I'm just going to give you some suggestions based on what I think I'm going to use my bottle cap on. I'm going to put a few highlights of the raid hour from Wednesday, which is Kyogre. My raid hour actually was terrible, but I've got a couple clips to put in from other people's successes. Just quickly, I was going to do this video outside, but it looks like that heat wave that was in Paris has followed us back to the UK. It was so hot, I literally had to come back inside because otherwise I'd faint as I'm trying to do that recording. I'll also be mentioning the Pokemon Go road trip, which I'll be participating in on July the 19th in the London one. Well, I'll be showing face at least. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Go Fest videos, all 3 of them, day 1, 2 and 3. If you haven't seen them yet, please do go check it out. Those are some of my favorite videos. Honestly, what a great experience it was. But you'll see when you do look at the videos how good they really were for me. And I'm gonna make sure to timestamp everything down below so that you can just skip to the bits that you want or bits that you're interested in, because I know this is a bit of a mix and match video. But yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, Go Fest was obviously a few days ago now. It is Thursday now, so I've done age 3 to 6, which will be the Go Fest days. This will not include some of the things that I traded whilst I was at Go Fest, because some of the things were for older Pokemon. But this one says 109, let's give or take 10 Pokemon either way. So I reckon it was about 115 to 120 shiny Pokemon that I caught during Go Fest. I've got them in number order here, just to have a look at the whole thing. If you haven't seen the videos yet, please do have a look. As I said, these are some of the best videos that I've ever released. Such a great time. So we got the trifecta of Pikachus, so the red, the blue, and the yellow. The yellow one's the only one that's a female, but that's my Team Instinct, so I was happy for it to be a female because I collect those. I got 3 Farfetch'd. I believe one of those was a trade from Little Aaron, a Lickitung. Okay, that might have not been during Go Fest. 2 Rhyhorns, a Cypher, which I think was just after Go Fest. 2 unknowns, well, 2 types of unknown, 4 total, but 2 O's and 2 S's, which was a shame. 3 Dunsparces, a Heracross, which I got, that was one of the earliest ones that I got. 2 Teddiursas, 4 Slugmas, and I think I actually traded one as well, so it might have been 5, but I evolved one into Macargo. I got 2 Sableyes, including one that was quite PvP. I only got 1 Spinder. The whole of this Go Fest, only 1 Spinder, and it was one that I had before. What a shame that was. I saw a guy from Margate like super celebrating. He was like on his knees basically like, yes, yes. So I went over and asked him, what did you get? It turned out it was his first Spinder of the event on the Sunday, and he was just over the moon that he finally got one. But you know, I didn't realize it was such a massive thing at the time, so I kind of regret it. 2 Chimecho's, I think I got 4 but traded 2 away. Scorpies, the Finions, which I was so happy to get. I got 3 on the Sunday, and that was part of my bounty, so I was really happy to get, well, happy to get 2 in the first place, but let alone the 3rd one, which I traded to Michael. Got 2 Drillburs, which are part of the other event as well. Got 2 Red Stripe Basculin, traded 1 to Michael because he needed that for his decks. Ended up with 2 Sandiles, which is enough to complete my shiny decks, which was really a great success on that one. Got myself 2 Scraggies, which was perfectly fine, didn't really need them. I've got Gothita, 1 Solosis. I wish I got a 2nd Solosis because that would have completed my Dex family. Vanillites and Carablasts, 2 Comday shinies, which are completely cursed to me, but it's fine. I've got 1 of each of the Friddish on the last day, which is nice to see. I had the families already. LGM, I was happy to get those because I could finally evolve one into a Bihiem, and that completed the Shiny Dex family once again. Got 2 mini Drodegons. I had enough Drodegons already before, but sadly, well, not sadly, but we got 3 shinies, so hoping to trade those for something one day. Hopefully somebody doesn't have it. I got a lot of Golets. I traded some of those. After the Golets, we got a Rufflet. That was an auto catcher one, which I was looking for a long time because we had 1 Rufflet before, and now the other one has been evolved into a Braviary. So that is such a cool shiny, by the way. If you haven't seen Braviary, go check it out. It is honestly such a cool shiny. We got 2 White Flabébés, which I'm going to have to evolve those 2, and that completes the White Flabébé family. And previously I only had the Red Flabébé family. What an achievement. We got a Skiddo, which was a real great one to see because Skiddo is on a lot of people's hit lists, and I was very dry for shinies on this day. That was the 2nd day, and I managed to get it, so I was over the moon. That really kind of changed the whole impact of that day to me. We got a really good Inkay, which is a shiny that I like, and I mentioned in the video previously that I got my first ever Inkay during a Go Fest Global, which meant that this being at Go Fest Paris was kind of like a full circle moment for me to a degree. It's really nice. I got another Clauncher. Got the Carbink, which is one of the new shinies, and let alone that, I got a double XL Carbink, which is more value for money because it's just bigger for what you get. Yeah, we got the double XL, which was my first and only one, in fact. Got lots of Phantumps. I think that was part of the other event. Got a Dupider. Well, got 2 Dupiders actually. Got 2 Wimpods. Got myself another Sandygast, even though we completed the family at the Spotlight Hour with the clutch shiny one. Got another Turtonator. Was this a good one? No, it was a terrible one, but shout out Alexi for getting her Shundo before she even basically got to the event. Got 3 Togedemaru's, Squovits. I ended up getting 2 of these Phalanx, which was really nice because I got one on the first day and got one towards the end of the last day. So it was just nice to see them, 1 wild and 1 from an egg. I mean, sorry, a field research actually. And this was one that was a super on the hit list because, you know, even though it's going to come out and I can raid it during GoFest Global, look, it's out of the way. It is one of the best costumes that exists. And then we've also got, I'll start from the bottom, we've got 2 Frigibaxes. I need 1 more Frigibax for the family, of course. It's a Titan, which I evolved. I got this for Jack, but I already had one before. Of course, that is the Smoliv that I got on the way to the Parc de Sceaux for the event. And in the end, I ended up with, apart from the ones that I traded away, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 Zacians, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Zamazentas. So, can't complain, 21 legendaries. I did about 200 raids plus, like 250 raids, let's call it. So that's less than the 1 in 20 odds. So it was a great success. Got quite a few location cards as well. If you haven't seen that video, honestly, it is worth watching my day 3. That was my craziest day. Day 1 was great, got 50 shinies. But yeah, honestly, unreal selection. Really happy that I went there because how else often do you get 100 shinies in 3 days? Apart from, obviously, we're going to go aim high for the 2 days of GoFest Global as well. But yeah, that's the shiny haul, guys. And since we're on the note of shinies, I'm going to show you the shinies that I've got since GoFest. So the last ones of GoFest was this trade. I'm not going to show you the IV in case you haven't seen the video yet, no spoilers. But after that, I did a trade with Michael. We're doing more dex fillers and everything, seeing what's in my account, his account, and Hayden's account, and kind of separating them between us. So I got myself this shiny Sneasel male. I've got 2 females, 1 male now, so 1 more male to complete the family. Never had a Doduo, believe it or not, so nice to get a Kanto Pokemon into the deck. So Michael gave me one of his spares, or was it Hayden? No, Michael gave me one of his spares. Katrina kindly gave me this Chingling. After getting all the Chimechos, all I needed was its baby, and you can't breed in this game, of course, so she, once it's in the decks, doesn't mind giving it away, so she gave it to me. Thank you so much, Katrina. Honestly, I love these baby Pokemon. Got another Drillbur, got a Yungoos. That was a trade from Michael as well. A story about this is that I actually had Yungoos in my decks. I transferred it into Scarlet and Violet before I was playing Pokemon Go properly and never saw one since. So that's well over a year ago. There we go, here we have it. And then we did a random trade and with Hayden, and it went lucky. So this Makuhita went to a 13, 14, 15, and that one looks really good with a background. Once again, that's the same story. I used to have one, put it into Scarlet and Violet and never saw it since. So yeah, happy to have that back. Gothita, got this as we got off the ferry. Got a 94 Kyogre, but of course, you may know that I have a Shundo already, so there's no need for that one. But, you know, it's really good to get a good high IV one because if I didn't have it, it would have been great, you know? A Phantump, a Timber, another Gothita because it's part of the event. Oh yeah, so this Gothita, I was actually just doing my daily incense on the Monday or Tuesday after GoFest. Was feeling not low, but I had Paris blues for sure. I was definitely like, it's like having wedding blues. You have the best day of your life at your wedding and then you go back to regular life and you're like, oh God, what is this? Like I feel a bit down. GoFest was like some of the best Pokemon days of my life. So yeah, that's why I felt a bit low. So I just did my daily incense, come across this Gothita, come across this, well actually this is from a field research, and I'm gonna put a little clip now, right now. I also came across a 800, roughly 800 to 900 CP Galarian Moltres. As you can see on screen, I threw the ball. I missed the great throw or excellent throw. It stayed. And then I missed it again, and then it ran away, so whatever, that's a shame. But on that note, congratulations to Happy Jack, because Happy Jack today has just got his first Galarian bird shiny, which was in fact a Galarian Moltres. So yeah, thanks for saving that one for me, mate. Okay, so we have a Timber after that. So Titan, this was, I think, a like-for-like trade that I just did for Sotoddles, just to see if we can get a better one. But this was okay, so I just evolved it in the end. finally got my first love disc. Wasn't even looking at my screen. I looked down, I see this yellow heart, and I was like, oh my God, I've been looking for so long. Happy Jack got this about 8-9 months ago. Haven't seen it since, and I finally got it. Honestly, I've been looking for it. I love, sorry about the share by the way guys, but I love yellow shinies. Don't ask why, but yeah, it's just so nice, that one. Then also on the way back home yesterday, I hatched a Bonsly, and yeah, I just love seeing this Pokemon. I love hatching baby Pokemon from eggs because that's the only place you can get them. And obviously eggs, they're few and far between. I was just doing single-use incubators, and there it was. And then at raid hour yesterday, as I said, it wasn't the best raid hour, but got a couple good results. And also have a couple lucky trades lined up for Jangmo Day, so look out for that one. But we got this Entei. Jack's one wasn't as good, but they were both, the trades were better than what we gave each other because his was a 12-10-10, mine was a 10-11-10 or something, or 10-10-11, something terrible. Yeah, so now it's nice to have this Dynamax Entei as a strong boy. And then one of the Hawluchas that I was saving for one of the Palace lot, I just asked, have you got any like spare shinies, anything outside the family, anything you don't really care about? And Spencer gave me this. He gave me a shiny Froakie, which I turned into Frogadier, of course, and that is now my Froakie Shiny Dex family complete. So we've had a lot of Dex entries in the past week, so honestly it's just so nice to get like 30-40 ticks off the list over the period, and then another Timber, because Timbers just seem to love me like no tomorrow, you know? Now I'm gonna quickly put a couple of the Kyogre raid hour highlights in right now. Just on the third raid, Jamie's gone and got himself the Hundo Kyogre. We just screamed out of nowhere, well done, man. Guys, I don't know if you noticed anything different about Killian. Maybe it's this, oops, maybe it's this badge with me throwing the Pokeball on it. I can't believe it. As my raid is finishing, Popolini's asked me to open hers for her. What's it gonna be? She's never had her own shiny on her screen. Let's make it this time. Yes, we did it! It's not bad. It's not good. Marco, who's one of our followers and watchers, has just got himself his first shiny Kyogre. Well done, man. Little Zoran, who's actually almost as tall as me now, my goodness, has requested a shiny check. I'm gonna do it for him, and we're gonna see if we can get him the shiny. Oh, 23-29 is not bad though. Happy Jack, come to rub it in my face. We got the shiny Kyogre, 23-30. So that's gonna be the best one. That shiny's been leading me for time. All right, fantastic. So guys, this is after the raid hour, so I'm just gonna pop this in now into the video. I always knew we were gonna do the right amount of raids anyway. So right now, I have found out that I have got enough energy to evolve my Kubfu. So here we have it, Kubfu. It was a 14, 13, 15. We are going to evolve it now that we've finished these 30 water raids or max battles. So, oh, okay, I need to put a lot of candy into this, fine. Lucky I made a lot over GoFest. And here we have it. We've got the water Kubfu being powered up, evolved right now into an Urshifu. Lucky Kyogre came out. I knew there was gonna be less dark type raids, so I did the dark one first, and here we have it, the water type Urshifu. Different pose than the other one. Yeah, nice. Still a 94. Let's Gigantamax this one. Oh, yeah, you showed them that force. Okay. And I'm not gonna max this one. We'll save that for another day. But yeah, there we have it, guys. Now we have, let me double check for you. I need to change the name on that. We have Urshifu. Oops, ooh, Urshifu. There we go. We have two Urshifus. We have the dark type and the water type. So we've done it. Now I need to get someone to give me a spare Kubfu so I can actually just have a Kubfu as well. It is still 30 degrees. We're in shorts and t-shirts. So once again, I'll just be reading over this infographic with you guys. So feel free to pause and zoom in if you need to. But with this pass, it's called the Go Pass Ancients Recovered. There is a premium or / deluxe version, which is $20 US or £20 or your equivalent currency. And that's between the 23rd and the 29th. So that's in the build up to, or the build up and during GoFest. So with this, you're gonna get a free random encounter with one of the Reggies, Lecky, Drago, Rock, Ice, or Steel, and then one of the Pikachus as well, as long as a few other items and XP, etc. The golden bottle cap is obviously what people are paying money for. I'm gonna have a little chat about that. And also you get half hatch distance, which as always happens in the build up to GoFest as well, because there are going to be some things released in eggs, I believe. So long story short, the way that hyper training will work is that you can choose your Pokemon that you want to hyper train. You can only choose one at a time. It has to be your buddy. Shadow Pokemon not included, but everything else will be included in that mix. So Luckies, Purified, all of these things can be hyper trained. Just to make it clear to you, you don't need to buy this ticket. So a lot of people are going on about what they're going to do. They don't know what they want to do. Don't forget, this isn't the end of the world to have one extra Pokemon that's a hundo or a shundo. This is just something that they've given you the option to do. So just don't forget that, because I think people are kind of wrapped up in thinking I have to. You don't have to if you don't want to, okay? For me personally, if I'm gonna spend this much money, yeah, there's some extra items and bonuses and stuff. I'm gonna choose something that is not like 98 IV. So it only takes one little tick to make it a shundo or a hundo. I'm gonna choose something personally that I wish was better and I haven't had a better one. I've got a list of things actually. So in my opinion, when it comes to hyper training, I'll go through it in order. You're gonna want to either do mythicals. That's a big one on people's agendas. So mythical Pokemon, they can't be re-rolled because they can't be traded. So you can't lucky trade them and hope for better IVs. Maybe you saw my Meloetta, which was a 10, 11, 10. That would have been an option if I cared for Meloetta like that. But I will go through the ones that I have on my hit list basically for potential hyper training. Another one is your favorite Pokemon. But don't forget, this game isn't all just battles and IVs and showing off. Sometimes just do it to your favorite Pokemon. I know there's somebody who loves Rayquazas and hasn't managed to get a shiny Rayquaza, and his first option is going to be Rayquaza because he's tried for so long. He's done over 800 raids. Shout out to you, my bro. You know exactly who you are, and I'm sorry that you haven't got it yet, but here's the chance for it. But for example, if I was to do one of my Rayquazas, I wouldn't do the 96 lucky that I have, which is 15, 15, 13. What I'd do is an 82 that I have, because then I'll have a 96 plus a Shundo, for example, because yeah, it takes a bit longer, but I mean, how long can it really take? They say to get a 0, 0, 0 all the way up to a 15, 15, 15 can take up to a year, or you have a year to do it. It will never take that long unless you're just playing really casually, you know? So I can't see it taking that long anyway, especially if you're catching, doing raids, routes, all of these things. Legendary Pokemon, of course, shiny legendaries, your favorite one or one that's really relevant. So your Kyogres, your Groudons, your Kyorems, your Necrozmas, those are all options to do. But if you've got like one that's really, really good enough already, then what's the point of raising it 3 or 4 stats unless it's like you're super into PvP and then yours is 14, 15, 15 and you notice that all the hundos are beating you by a pure smidgen. That's the only way, that's the only time that it will be relevant, really. On that note, yeah, as I said, PvP relevant Pokemon. Megas, because some people find Megas are super useful, and in the same category, similar category, sorry, are Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon. So I think Hayden's thinking of doing his Gigantamax Charizard. I mean, people love Charizard. Why wouldn't you want a Shundo Charizard that can Mega and G-Max as well, and all of these things? There's all of these factors, but it's just down to preference at the end of the day as well. And a lot of people are talking about how they want to do their starter Pokemon. So I sadly don't have my starter anymore. That must have been deleted a long time ago, but unless you had some sort of glitch, then everyone's initial, their very first Pokemon, the one that before you have any Pokemon, you walk towards it, you choose, will be a 10, 10, 10 stat IV. So, you know, what's wrong with making that a hundo? Nostalgic. Some people have had them since 2016 July. I can't blame you if you want to do that. That would be very cool, you know? A massive option on a lot of people's lists is Zygarde. Now, I personally would wait, me personally only, look, you do what you want with your Zygardes, but I'm going to wait for the shiny one to potentially be released, as it might get a Mega during the Legends ZA release. So yeah, it's a cool one. It makes sense, a mythical, can't be re-rolled. Why not? And it's super relevant in Master League. Yeah, I don't see why not, but yeah, not for me personally. Now, that really and truly is it. But as I said, you don't have to do it. I'm going to go through the ones that I am considering. I've narrowed it kind of down to 2 at the second for nostalgia purposes. Let me get it up right now, actually. So I've actually made a little tag. The tag is called Hyper Train. Here we go. So by number, yeah, I've got all of these things that are kind of pretty good IVs. You know, this Venusaur, it will only take a little bit. This Charizard is actually an option because this is the first one that I caught. in terms of the Gigantamax days, so it's really good in my opinion. This Scuba Chew, just because I like it a lot. This Snorlax was an option. I mean, there's loads of options, but this is one of my top options, which is my second ever caught Galarian bird. The first one was worse IV, so I powered this one. I maxed it out. It's so rare. It's my best buddy already. And you know, the IVs are great. You know, 13, 9, 14. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is just such a rare one. It's quite nostalgic to me. I spent a lot of time with this as my buddy. And you know, it's a personal one for me. This Moltres is an option that I got from Lil Aaron. If you haven't seen my videos, you see Aaron is absolutely cracked at this game, but he gave it to me. And yeah, it should be pretty easy to power it up if I ever do choose to, but I'm gonna probably wait for a Zapdos to be in my account before I think about powering up that Moltres. Sadly, Shadows cannot be purified. I mean, not purified. Shadows cannot be hyper trained, otherwise I would have done this shiny Shadow Mewtwo, because as you can see, it's a Pundo, and that would have been beautiful to have a Shadow Mewtwo. But I do have this one that I did purify, which it is an option, but I'm kind of considering, like, I don't know if there's anything confirmed. In fact, I don't think there is anything confirmed about silver bottle caps, but if there is, and for example, if it can only fill one stat, or if they only do one of each stat, there's loads of options that I can do for that. That's why I'm kind of recommending to do the ones that are a bit worse off, not like 96s, 98s, which are basically close enough to hundos as it is already. This Armored Mewtwo I could potentially do, but you know, it's a bit of a useless Pokemon. It's much weaker, more defensive than regular Mewtwo. This is actually my main second option, because if you look at that, 13, 10, 11 is terrible. It's just luck of the draw, but yeah, Shundo Mew, never be able to reroll it, very rarely, well in fact I will never be able to get another one of these in the game, because they'll never give you the option for a second shiny mythical Pokemon. But yeah, Shiny Mew, that is one of my main options. This one, if silver bottle cap is a one stat of each, can Shundo this Lugia, you know. Ho-Oh, these are all so close. Celebi, which I really like, is actually one of the options, but I'd probably choose Mew over that, but then Articuno over that as well. Gardevoir, this Latias, this Kyogre, but I've already got a Shundo Kyogre, as I keep mentioning. This Groudon I would have done to match the Kyogre, but once again, it's a 96, so I'd have to choose a worse Groudon to do it to. I do have a background Groudon from Wild Area that is a 90, which I'd prefer to do over that, because then I can have two Groudons, if that makes sense. Rayquazas, yeah, these, the 94 and the 96, I chose these ones before I realized I want to make the most of the money and actually do something that's lower stat and take more time and then build it up slowly. What else do we have? My Garchomp, one of my earliest shinies, one of my first real field research shinies, my first best buddy, my Mega, big potential to one day do this one, but yeah, it's good enough as it is at the second. Lucario is an option. That's like a silver bottle cap really, because it's a 98. I hatched this from an egg actually. Gallade, this Dialga with the move. Makes sense to have a Shundo Dialga with the move, right? That's a flex, that's a flex. Shout out Odds and Killian, you both have ones yourself. All of these things are potentials, but as I said, between Mew and Galarian Articuno, this one, that's a silver bottle cap for sure. I love this Reshiram, honestly, with the background as well. This Zekrom, potentially. Kyurem, I've got so many options of things that are really close to silver bottle cap, but yeah, as I said, guys, don't worry too much about it. Don't fret too much. Don't panic and think, oh no, what's the best thing to do? It will eventually come back around again. Pokemon is saying that it's very few and far between. It will be a rare item, I do believe, but there's no need to panic, guys. Don't forget, this is just an added bonus. If this item never existed, you would have been happy with the Pokemon you had already. So don't fret too much, guys. Honestly, this is all for fun. And aside from all of those things, just before I do an outro, I'm looking forward to the upcoming week. Jangmo Community Days on Saturday, so of course I'll have a video for that on Sunday. Really looking forward to that. The Regirocks that will be coming up, I'll probably do a couple videos of those. I'm not going to do a video for each of those raid hours because that would be absolutely insane. Too much content. And yeah, Global Go Fest is fast approaching, so I'm super looking forward to that. I'm sure you've seen all the information you need to see on those. No need to talk about it. We're just going to get into it when the time comes. But honestly, guys, the Paris Blues, yeah, I've let that sink in. It's dissipated already a little bit, but right onto Global and onto all the things that are going to be happening. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.